Good morning, today 162. Nice little day today, slightly overcast, so it's a little bit breezy, the sun's not so intense. It's time now 7:30. We've got lots of lumber on site, lots of big lumber on site. We've got some panels coming up. So yeah, yesterday was a reasonably good day. The carpenters in this building, as I said, did quite a bit of work. They're a two-man team with one of my labourers. These guys here are a four-man team with one or two of my labourers. So their goal, obviously, as I said yesterday, is to get the roof prepared and ready for pour, which is now booked in for Wednesday. That was actually confirmed yesterday afternoon. The rebar boys, they've got to come in after these guys and start getting rebarring. Obviously, there's a lot of rebar to go up, so they need to get on that sooner rather than later. So today we need to order a little bit more steel. They've got plenty of steel out there to get cracking on with it. To finish it off, they probably need another 4 tons. So yeah, we need to get onto the steel this morning. I think he actually ordered it yesterday, but I'm not too sure if it's actually been definitely done or not. So I'm going to chase that up, make sure that's done, paid for and delivered, because they need that this weekend. What else? Obviously we were doing the manholes at the front, so we've got 2 more to do down there. We need to get those definitely finished off. The masons today are going to be finishing benching the other manholes. So there's 1, 2, 3, there's 4 out here they've got to do, plus the one at the front, and the 3 that are being done. So yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 in total. And then at some stage we also need to work out what we're going to be doing with the suckwell over here, because that's got to be dug out, it's got to be form worked, and it's got to be concreted. But obviously I'm under the impression that they're meant to bring in an excavator and obviously drill through and go right down to a certain area where the water does what it's meant to do. It's meant to go up and down and pull and push and pull and push. So I don't know how far they have to go down for that, but we're at rock, probably around about 6 foot, 7 foot down. So we've got a lot of rock to go through. So that's got to be done as well. But the main focus today and this weekend is finishing off the form work and getting all of the rebar in. The boys over here, as I said, they've got to use this wood here. I've ordered 8x3s, or as you call it, 3x8s. And what they've got to do in here is to make a perimeter around the outside. And then they've obviously got to work out, they're not going to do the whole floor at the moment, as I said yesterday, but they'll do one on the wall here, then they'll do one 24 inches, and so on and so forth. So they need to work out roughly where these 4 beams are here, and hopefully they've done those at 24 inches, which I'm sure they probably haven't. But what they should have is obviously 24 inches from there, that should be directly underneath that one, and so on and so forth. They're definitely not 24 inches apart. So what I don't want them doing, obviously, is putting in one that's going to be 3 foot here, and it lands up not being the 24, because they're going to have to just take it out. So in an ideal world, what they should have done was try to work out how they could line up the actual floor, the roof joist they're putting in with the floor joist themselves, and that way they're not duplicating work. But I guarantee they haven't thought that way. And this sums up certain contractors as well. They've actually got 2 lots of scaffolding in here when we've actually got a lack of scaffolding in there. They only need 1 in here. So these guys will take what they can to try and get their job done on price, that's for sure. And fair play to them, but at the same time, they'll also do it at the detriment of other people's material need, which I just find really. But anyway, so for instance, yesterday these guys were carting up ply sheets from the container. They were coming and taking the ply sheets. It's like you've got one team of carpenters carrying up ply, and the other team of carpenters taking from it. It's like, if you need ply, go and carry it up yourself. But yeah, yesterday they're letting them to help themselves to it, which I find crazy. But anyway, we need to make sure they are using the red as well. They've used a lot of the orange. It needs to be used, but we've got 5 days and weather independent. So we don't know what's going on with the weather. And if it rains, the orange sheets really do blow quick. So ideally, I need red sheets being used so that we don't actually have that problem. Because it looks like this. This one looks like that because it was a sheet that was used downstairs. It was there for a while. So the red really does fight against that. whereas the orange really doesn't have any power to do it. You know, within a couple of days it can end up looking like that. So I'm not too sure what the difference in price per sheet is. I think it's about 15-20 a sheet, but it's well worth going for the red so you don't have that problem. But these guys, being premature and greedy, they've gone in for the orange, so that whole roof is done in orange. So I've got to hope that that doesn't end up being affected. These guys, they've started doing orange, but then they've been going down to the container and bringing out the red. So I think a lot of the stuff they've got up there at the moment is orange, but then they've started going red thereafter. So we'll see. Anyway, hopefully they'll have this done today. So, you know, there's no reason why they won't be able to get all of that across there done and all the acros up. And then it's literally down to the steel bender boys about how quick they can get staff here, because at the moment they've only had 2 or 3 guys, and how quick they can be, obviously. So I think they'll be able to rebar that certainly by the end of today stroke tomorrow. We got until Wednesday anyway, so we're in no major rush now, but I do want things done properly. So I need to talk to everybody today, have a bit of a team meeting, make sure that everyone's on the same page. Also wood, I've said to them I want it stacked properly. I'm fed up with seeing wood just in massive piles. As soon as they grab it and cut it, they don't give a damn about it. So they need to be a little bit more respectful of the cost of materials and their fellow colleagues. Bits of wood with nails hanging out of it laying everywhere is not good for staff and health and safety, which unfortunately Bajans don't really care about health and safety. So anyway, other than that, we've got a good day ahead of us. The weekend is going to be jam-packed. We're obviously trying to get everything finished off and snagged off. I think I did ask the guys to do another tray of smocks yesterday. I don't know if we got around to doing it. No, they didn't. Absolutely brilliant. I actually said to them yesterday, if you don't do a tray of smocks today, you need 2 trays, which means you're going to do them Friday and Saturday rather than Thursday and Friday. And they banged them out and left them there. You just really can't help some people. And those smocks are needed today and Saturday. Unreal. Anyway, other than that, things are progressing nicely. So I will certainly try today to try and work with the guys to make sure they understand what's expected of today, get them sharing, and make sure that we achieve as a team what we need to achieve today, so that tomorrow will become quite straightforward. So I'll update as the day goes on. 11:45. No, 11:15 even. Okay, what have we done so far? So we're benching. The boys downstairs are benching. More artistic work going on down there. Never seen so much artistic work going into a hoop pipe. Scaffolding's coming out, it's going up. Rebar is on the floor, waiting to go up. Boys in here. Now going across. There we go. That'll be supported underneath and that'll go up. A little bit more organisation out here, which is good. Ply sheets are up, waiting to be used. Boys internally are going across. So at the moment they're doing the cross supports. So the beams that go along to try and hold everything up. And then once that's done, obviously they can then sheet across. So we are at the moment. Once that's actually done, they can fly over. So they've got the boxing done around the actual beam itself, because obviously there'll be concrete poured into that. That's where the roof will join into. Above that will be where the beam is. They'll do that part as well. They'll also have to get scaffolding out the front here as well, because they have to put the 4-foot sides on as well. So the scaffolding will be going up later on. Again, more rebar. That's all being passed up. And then we've actually got another one of the manholes actually being blocked up. Doesn't look that straight. Seems to be sort of opening up at the top. Strange one. And then we've got another one to do here as well. So that one's been done. That needs to be benched. Obviously after the pipe's gone in, that is. I think that was the grease trap itself. So that's all down here, and then we'll have to level off down here and also get the drainage connected up and run that all the way down and connect up to the main manhole over there that runs back down to the septic tank. We're talking to a company. Is that my camera? Where's my camera? Sorry. We're also talking to a company that's going to come out and actually drill the well as well. So rather than compressors and drills and all sorts. Say drills. You know, the little can goes on the end of the excavator. We're actually going to bring out a company that's going to drill the well, so apparently it'll be done in one day. So they'll drill all the way down till they hit the water, and then it's done, but obviously not cheap. And there's only 1 or 2 companies on the island that can actually do it as well, so it does mean we're going to be quite restricted on who can do it and when. But obviously in here, as you can see, everything's up. It's now just putting in the key infrastructure to ensure that we can go straight over. The boards themselves are quite quick, so once they've actually got the boards on, then the guys are also going to start rebarring as well. That is, as long as the acros are in it. These guys over here have pretty much finished theirs, but they also now need to put the floor in downstairs, which they're doing now, so they can actually get that acroed up underneath, and then the acros will go on top of that to support upstairs, and then they'll finish off. So the rebar guys will probably start on that roof first, and I would say they'll be ready to go do that in the next sort of half hour, if not an hour or so. More smocks being made up down on the beach, as you can see. And then there's going to be the actual outside on here as well with the overhang, so that's got to be done as well. So yeah, so far a little bit of a slower morning than yesterday, but things are happening, so fingers crossed at the end of the day things will look very, very different. The steps are done. The guys have actually been focusing on doing the rebar on that. I don't know if they started yet or not, but they have been given the heads up to start. No, nothing as yet. So, yeah, they've got out there, obviously they're going to step up. But yeah, the guys were going to start rebarring this. I'm not too sure they haven't started. They actually started can going out underneath. So that's halfway done. Got to do that all the way along so that the actual concrete comes in and beds into the original slab. So that will be done in the next sort of 20 minutes, half hour. And I thought they were going to start rebarring, but I haven't started as yet. So anyway, that's where we are so far. Okay, 4:20. End of the day nearing. Sides going up on said building behind. That roof is pretty much finished off and is ready for steel, but no steel has been installed today. Apparently they've run out of steel wire, and rather than go and get in some, they just sat down and did nothing. Very strange behaviour. Jeffrey, if you're watching this, silly thing to have done. In here, guys are pretty much done in here with all the supports, and now the boards are going over. But for some unknown reason, we have run out of boards, so we've got another 50 sheets coming tomorrow. So I'm not too sure why, but they're probably going to need probably another 25, 30 sheets to finish over there, and we're also going to need the boards for outside, because the actual overhang on the front here, and obviously the overhang coming out here with the acros is going to have to be supported as well, so they're going to need at least 50. Yeah, so we've got formwork going up here, formwork going out that way, and then it'll be propped up with acros. So you got probably about 30 sheets needed in there, and then another 20 out here. That should be suffice, hopefully. Fingers crossed. In here, floor is hopefully installed. Yeah, so they put the 8x3s down. They're acroed up underneath. And then there's on top of here, and there's more acros going up. So that's all supported in here and done. Internally and externally, that end, this side. I'm not too sure about the other. I don't think there was enough for outside this side. Let's double check that, just in case, you never know. No, so this side here and this side here, the rest of it's got to be made up and done. What else we got? Good, how are you? Sorry? Yeah, I think so. In here we've got how are you?
Yes.
Good. How many more sheets left to go in here, do you reckon?
Say another 25.
25 in here, yeah. Good. 25. I reckon we might need more than 50. So 25 in here. Ford, try and calculate exactly how many sheets you need. Because in there I've ordered 50, but if you need 25 in here, plus you've got the outside external to do. Rather than getting another delivery, you must get the whole lot done. Let's also check out some of the manholes that were done today. If I don't break my neck in the meantime. Da, 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 da. We had a master craftsman there today. So hopefully he's done a great job. Oh, going down the monstrous staircase that we've had built. Oh. It's nearly ready to pour. Okay, so this is benching. Okay, so that's what we've got. So you've got 2 balls coming out on that side, and you've got 3 balls coming out that side, and then 1 down here. So this one's still got to be unboxed and dealt with. That one's been finished. And this one here, they've actually done as well. I think they might have done the infrastructure for it. Oh yeah, they've concreted it, so it's not finished off yet, so that's now got to be smoothed off. So again, 45 degree coming out straight down there, and then 1 coming out that side. And that's the one we had massive aggro with, which shoots that way. I'm pretty sure they didn't start that one. It does take them quite a bit of time to do it, so yeah, they've not even started that one. So that one's still to be done. So we shall see. Other than that, we've done the wall at the far side, it's gone up a little bit in height. So we've got this height here now. So this has got to go up to garage roof. The beam itself will come out from there. Look, so the beam comes out here, straight across. And then there'll be another one over there at some other stage as well.